Hello, today I'm going to paint this tropical beach scene in my Etcher sketchbook, which is one of my favorite sketchbooks to use for small paintings. There's a few things that attracted me to this particular painting, and that is this big shape of foliage in the background and the negative painting of this palm tree, and then the strong angles. I've wet the page, so I put some clear water on it, and then I mixed a light sky color with cerulean and a little bit of lavender, I think, is in there as well, yep. And just painting a really soft sky with leaving out some white clouds. And then mixing a very yellow, warm yellow with my Indian yellow and some raw sienna, and then just drop that in where the trees are going to go. This is the first wash, and with this first wash the aim really is to just cover the page, drop in the colors and set some baseline for temperatures, where it's warm, where it's cool, and to really get rid of all the white except for when you want to leave some white highlights, which this painting doesn't really have any really strong white highlights other than some of the clouds that I've left out. So I just keep blocking out that big shape, and I'm going to go over this once that's dry with my mid value, but there will be some gaps in that will show through what I'm painting right now. And the same for the house, so I've put some raw sienna where the house is going to go. It doesn't have to be precise at this point. So while this is wet, I'm just going to continue to build that up a little bit more, get more variation in there, drop in some different greens, some darker greens. Some have a bit of a cool bluish tint, others are a bit more warm, and I'm always using more or less the same colors to mix all of my colors. For the greens I use my Indian yellow, and I use quinacridone gold, and then I've got cobalt and ultramarine really to mix different shades of green. And then I continue down that wall that's there, and then straight down to the beach, which I just tone down a bit with a bit of blue, just so that it gives us a bit of a grey. Again, I will add some more detail later on, but it's always good to have some variation in your washes, and if you've been watching some of my other videos, then you'll know that I rarely just use one color for a big shape. I will always try and create different shades and hues and make sure there's enough interest and variation in each big shape of color. So I've let it dry. Now I'm adding the masking fluid over the top of that first wash. You can do that. It doesn't have to be on white paper. That just means that it's going to be lighter than the next layer that I'm going to put on there, and that actually looks quite nice. It means it's not completely white once I remove the masking fluid, but it'll be that light color of that first wash. And you can see on my palette I'm mixing different greens so that they're ready to go. I don't want to paint everything in the same green. That's boring. And when you look outside and you look at a massive trees, or at a forest, or in this case the jungle, it's not just one green. Every plant, every tree has got a slightly different color, and within that even different light and darks. But the point here really is that I'm using different greens. I'm putting in a lot of variation. And when you paint a mass of foliage, such as a cluster of trees, it's important that the body of it is quite a solid shape, and then the texture you create at the edges of it. So important that the edges of the shape have got leaves and little details, but not too much within the shape, or it'll just get too bitsy. You can see that the masking fluid is working, and that palm tree there is being left in a lighter shade. And then I'll just continue changing the greens, adding a bit more blue to it where I need it, just making sure that there is enough variation. And I'm painting around a tree that sits there in the foreground and that catches some of the sunlight, or it's just got brighter leaves than anything else. Now that big yellow blob we've got there that I'm working on now, that's the palm tree. So that's the light color of the palm tree, and now I'm painting into it with darker colors and cut out the palm leaves. In essence, I'm painting what's around the yellow leaves rather than the leaves themselves. As to this palm tree, which I'm painting the positive shape of the palm tree, which is the leaves itself. So I don't paint what's around the leaves, I paint the leaves themselves. And for this tree I'm choosing a bit of a cooler green, because I don't want to create too many points of interest in the painting. It's a pretty busy painting, as you can see. There are lots of palm trees, there is those lines, the strong diagonals of the palm trees, the trunks, the house itself, which is kind of the focal point. So I got to be careful that I don't create too many highlights in the painting and then it becomes too busy. I'm using a mid-tone there as well, burnt sienna, a bit of sepia, and I'm just leaving some of the highlights there to where the roofs are and to create a bit of texture. And because we've covered the background with a light wash, in this instance the raw sienna, whatever I'm leaving out now isn't white as the paper, but that raw sienna, and that means it just blends in a bit better. Happy with the mid value, I've let that completely dry, and now I'm rubbing off the masking fluid. And now I'm going to tone that down even further because it looks a little bit unnatural. Okay, now let that dry again, and we're coming to the final and third layer of this painting, which is the darks and the details. So these final layers, they need to be really strong in pigment, obviously very dry, not a lot of water, a lot of pigment, and strong values, sepia, ultramarine blue, those kind of mixes. Here's where I add the shadows and the definition of the house, and I will also add more detail to the foreground. So I've now mixed a bit more of the blue-green, and I want to darken that left-hand side of the painting. I want the eye to focus on the house and be really sort of pulled into that area between those two palm trees where the house is. And the same goes for the beach in the front. That's a bit too even, so I'm doing a bit of dry brushing here, which I love doing, by the way. I always like to add a bit of texture with my dry brushing. I'm pleased how it turned out. I think it's a satisfying composition, and I hope you learned something from watching me paint this around how to create big shapes of green jungles and trees. And see you in the next video.